Guys, what's up? We're back in the garage. Alright. Today we're finally going to complete that task. This is about 2 weeks now. I think it was since last I touched this thing after the stripes and waited for it, the rim to get re-welded. Took that to Elite Rim Repair in Long Island. I'm pleased with the work that they did. It looks like it's going to hold up great, and they were not very expensive at all. If you need a rim repaired or anything like that, you know, I would give them a shout, definitely. They're all over the country, actually, it looks like. I didn't realize that that's a franchise, but my experience with them was very good so far. I will go back to them again if I need any other rim work, which I would like to probably do the Camaro's curb rash. But anyways, when we get to that project, hopefully, one of these days. It's only been in waiting for about, since I took the car off the road, 5 years or more, but you know how it is. Alright, so we're going to go, most of the stuff to you guys is probably going to be normal stuff that you already know. But I'll go through it, you know, with the best that I can, I guess. It's just putting a muffler in. We're going to cut the old muffler out, try to save as much of the old pipe as we can. I hope this music isn't coming through. Let me go and lower this a little bit more. That's one thing I can't stand about the recording, when I want to listen to my music and stuff because of all this copyright crap. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and go under there. I'm going to cut it, try to get as much of the piping, save as much of the pipe that I can, because we need it to swap this one in. This muffler is almost identical as far as the dimensions are. The piping is bigger because it's 3/8. 3-inch, excuse me, guys. And we'll go ahead and get that in. We got all the clamps came in, all the pieces of pipe that I needed to do it came in. And yeah, that's it. Let's get started. I'll try to do some things. You know, it's just simple stuff. We're going to cut it out with a Sawzall. We'll try to make it as straight as we can. Then we're going to have to clean off the pipe, slip the pieces over, put the clamps, pop it in place. It should be pretty quick, but we already know how that is. Whenever you expect something to go easy and smooth, it usually doesn't. So whenever something for a car takes, oh, it should be only 20 minutes, an hour. I end up doing it all day long, so especially having to do it on my back on here. But we'll get under there and we'll get it done. Alright, so let me get my stuff up here and I'll prop you guys down there, show you guys. I don't know if I'll do a time-lapse. I'm not really too savvy on how to do those yet, but I'll take you guys in there, you know, show you. Again, it's probably not going to be a step-by-step or a how-to 100%, but it should be good. Should look okay. The stripes look like this now. Pretty much all the bubbles have come out of it. They look pretty good. I'm happy with it. When it's in the sun, it should look better. And that's about it. The hardest thing up here, man, is keeping these cars clean in this time of year, too, when it starts to get cool. I don't want to go to car washes, really. I want to do it by hand, but when it gets too cool to do it, how the hell are you going to do it? Oh, 1 bucket of water, sure, when it's 15 degrees outside. Yeah, I don't think so. So that's one of the things that's really annoying. But here I am, Northeast. That's how it is in the cold weather. So we're going to have to do it. Have to rock with it, do what we got to do. And whatever else, but that's me ranting about other things right now. So we'll go ahead and look at this. Look at all this beautiful spot rusting going on here. That's great. That's great. Don't know how, but good old Mopar, baby. Anyways, let me get started, guys. So the muffler has been cut out. There we go. That's the mess. Let me get down here, show you guys how it looks underneath, and a problem that we have now that we gotta try to overcome. Hold on, guys. Real-time stuff here. All right. Now, we cut them out. We have, looks like, enough length over here to get this done. All right, so we got to get these here. We'll mock up the muffler here, put the pieces on. I got the files to clean these burrs off. Same back here. Got a little bent on the edge here. We're going to have to bang that in a little bit. Maybe use a pipe expander to make it a little better. But as long as I can slip over it with the other piece of pipe and clamp it, we should be good. However, notice that these are much closer together than these. So we're going to have an issue there. Not sure how we're going to overcome that yet. Something I didn't realize. I thought they went straight through like the new muffler does. But of course they don't. You always got to have a curveball thrown at you. The only option that I could see with this, possibly, I could try to spread them, see if they'll go far enough over. But the problem is when you do that, you might change the geometry in the back, being that this has a single exit exhaust. I think you guys can see it there in the middle. The two tips might not be symmetrical anymore, but we'll see. We're going to end up seeing what happens. We got to rock with this because this muffler is not made anymore unless you get an entire cat back, and I'm trying to save some money here because I don't have $1,000 plus to spend on one right now. So we're going to try to make this muffler's dimensions were identical. The only problem is in the back, they're pretty much straight. So we're going to have to make this work. All right, so going to file these burrs off. That's boring. I'll get back to you guys when I'm fitting the muffler and the pipes and everything and getting this other piece done. All right. All right, guys, we're back. Had to cut out the muffler, like I said before, with the Sawzall. Back here, the issue that we thought we were going to have, I was able to overcome it with a pretty simple fix. I wanted to make sure, I was a little concerned, but there was no option other than doing it. Had to cut that hanger. I know we're upside down right now. But that hanger right there, had to cut it. It's still connected on each side with a rubber hanger, so it's not going to fall down. And there's hangers in the back there with the resonators. And the tips was my concern, but as you see, when we move this to get the spread that we need to get to the muffler, the back barely moves. If you could see it, it barely moves. It's not really going to affect the distance back there at all, so it worked out perfect. Perfect. As you see, the adapters are in. 2.75 to 3 inch. These are 2.75 outside diameter. These are 2.75 insides, so they're made to fit above it. With exhaust piping, it's always by outside diameter. So when you want to get these couplers, you're going to go for 2.75. That's what this is, and you want to adapt to a 3. The 2.75, you're going to look for a 2.75 inside diameter, so it slides over the pipe. Then the 3 inch is going to be a 3 inch, but then mufflers and things like that are made oversized. They're made 3 inch inside diameter. So this is outside diameter, 3 inch. So this is made to fit into the muffler. So the muffler is going to fit up here very nicely. So let me grab the muffler, throw it in here, and then I'll show you guys what we're looking at and what it looks like. And it looks like everything's going to be perfect. Very happy about that. So I'll get back to you guys in a minute. All right, guys. We're back. The thing that we thought, or I thought was going to be the issue, the biggest issue, was back here with these pipes. This is not going to be an issue because these have plenty of play. They can be trimmed up a little bit more, and these will be just fine. The big problem now, as usual, is right here. We are off by a good inch to inch and a half up here. We're good over here because one lines up perfect. This one is over. And if you see, I don't know if you can tell from this angle, this pipe was made to come out this way a little bit more. It actually needs to be in a little bit more. If this was in a little bit more, then we could just do it. Now, my problem is, what can we do here? I do not have an oxyacetylene setup. If I was in a shop, I would heat this, or we would heat this cherry red hot. And then on the lift, put a block of wood here with a nice long pry bar and just bend it. And it should bend without breaking anything. But now back here with me on my back, not being able to use my scissor lift because you can't use them for this kind of stuff. How the hell are we going to get this now? I got to bend this. This has to be bent. There's no other option here. Unless I was to say F it and go with a 2.75 pipe. From back here, straight pipe, and then get rid of the muffler, which is what a lot of people do. But again, like I said, in New York, they're really looking to give people tickets now for really loud exhaust. This exhaust should still be loud enough to sound nice and not give me any issues. But I don't know. I'm getting aggravated, and I'm a little pissed off. I mean, I can bend this Well, I could try to bend it. There's no guarantee that I'm going to be able to. This is not easy. It's got a gusset here and everything else, and I don't want to bend it and end up breaking it here or cracking it. I mean, if I did, I could probably weld this with my welder. I have enough that I should be able to weld it closed if, God forbid, I cracked it, but I really don't know that I can get this to move, even with a piece of wood here. I might end up bending the damn frame, I'm thinking. So, we're going to try to figure this one out. The up and down looks like that on the camera because it's hanging down a little bit from back there, because I can't fit the back until I fit this. So, well, welcome to working on cars. You always run into issues, always going to run into things. And all the stuff that I may have, I don't have something that I can do here. I mean, I don't know. We're going to see what we do. I have a come along, but I don't know if I put a come along here to here and crank it down. Will it be enough to crank it down and actually bend it? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. But we're going to try to figure this out, and we'll see. I'll get back to you guys. Hopefully I'll get it figured out, and you guys will see. All right. All right, we're back on the SRT. This is now, I think, the week number 3 now, waiting on parts and clamps and things like that. We finally got the clamp in that we needed to get this bad boy done. It looks like, I hope it should work. This is the clamp right here I was waiting on. Stainless, 3-inch butt joint clamp, and then this is the clamp for the back, that the factory one that broke. We'll throw that on, tighten up all the other clamps, and hopefully we'll be good to go. I'm going to attempt to use that clamp first. If I'm a little tempted to actually butt weld that or try to weld that together, but I'm thinking in the future, if I end up getting a cat back eventually, at some point, I may need that section to be able to be bent back. So hopefully this seals. If it doesn't, we'll see. We're giving it a shot. You know what I mean? So the cat back wasn't in a budget right now, so we went ahead and did this. This looks like I said, this is about a little under $300 or a hair over to replace this muffler with this nice Magnaflow one. So we're going to throw this bad boy in there and get that done. Get it in there, and hopefully it should be good and back on the road. Throw the welded rim back on, and should be good to go. I also got the ESIM for the back, the little vacuum pump, evap system, pump, leak detector, garbage that all these trucks have that goes bad. Every now and then I get a little small evap leak. That's usually the culprit. I didn't diagnose it. I didn't feel like running the smoke machine and everything else, but it usually goes and it comes and it goes and it comes like 3-4 days and whatever. Then it shuts off and it's okay. Usually that's the culprit back there. I changed the PCV hose up here along with the PCV. I took a look at the hosing. I replaced the hose to the evap solenoid up here in the front, and that's working okay. So pretty sure, I think the culprit will probably be the O-ring, believe it or not, for this little leak detection pump. But throw that in. That's a 1, 2, 3. Being that the truck's up in the air, I don't even have to take the inner panel out or the wheel. You can see it right from underneath. There's a hose that connects to it. Pull that bad boy off. Little clip, twist it, comes out. Put the new one in, twist it, clamp it. It clicks in, and then put the little hose piece back on. And that should be it. Again, you know, as you know, guys, I don't know, well, maybe you don't, but when you got to do stuff, I told you, every time I got to remind myself to grab this camera and stop doing what I'm doing to record. Yeah, it slows everything down when you got a lot of stuff to do. I want to get this thing the hell out of here because I'm tired that I haven't been able to drive it. I haven't been able to test drive it after we did the front bushings on it. And it's just really aggravating to have it up on stands like this for all this time. Although with the gas price situation right now, it's kind of good not driving this thing. Not like I'm going to daily it right now. And but I want to get it out there, see how it feels. I know it should feel way better. Got to do rear control arms on this still that I want to get done. And that's about it. But this is the only thing holding it up right now, you know. So get it done. Let me get under here. I'll show you guys basically when it's done. I'm putting clamps on. There ain't nothing too exciting about that. So, you know, you put the clamp around there, you tighten it, and you're good to go. You know what I mean? Same with this, same with all the others. So let me get under there, throw a little Loctite on them, because from what I understand, these like to come loose sometimes. So I'll throw a little Loctite on them, tighten them up, and we'll be good to go. All right, guys? This is the day after Thanksgiving, by the way. So, all right, let me get going. I need a haircut. My hair looks terrible. But anyways, later, guys. Guys, all the clamps are in. Everything's buttoned up. It looks good. Looks good. Loctite on all the bolts, nuts. We're going to do a little cold start here. I don't know if it's going to really come through on the mic, but we shall see if it comes through. Let's see what this bad boy sounds like now. Oh, sorry for the shakiness, but you know how it is. All right, that sounds good. Sounds excellent. Let's go underneath and take a look at how everything looks down here. I don't have anything leaking here. These have always spit from the previous owner when they put this X pipe on. This will stop once it warms up. I don't feel anything from the front up here. I was really concerned about here, but this did exactly what I expected it to. Once you clamp this baby down, right here is where the gap was. It sealed it. Excellent. Really happy with this right here. I'm thinking maybe I should have went with the lap joint band clamps like this. I could have went 3 to 2.75. and I would have just used 1 rather than 2. Now I'm thinking maybe I should have, because you see we got water leaking here. That's water, but I don't feel any air. I don't feel any air at all. Water, yes, air, no. So we can live with that. Oh, we're spitting a little bit back here, it looks like. Yeah, we're spitting back here a little bit on both of these bad boys. Yeah, this is what I was worried about back here. Oh, let me show you guys. Right here, I can feel a little bit of exhaust escaping from back here and back here. So this didn't clamp down like I was hoping to. The 3 inches look like they did. The 2s didn't. But if I don't hear this inside, I can live with this as well. And if I don't smell nothing inside either, for now. Unless I go and try to get the band clamps for here, but I would hate to have these. I mean, you know, clamps are clamps. We can always use them for something else, but we'll see. Maybe I'll go with the band clamp here and hope, but this didn't deform, or I could use regular old school type clamps here. But this is leaking back here. But it doesn't sound bad. It actually sounds great coming from back there. It's funny, I got plenty of exhaust pulses from back there as well, and I can see the leaking back there. So we'll see. Maybe I can use old school horseshoe clamps on here. But I'm good with this. This is usable. It's not ridiculously loud like it would have been if I straight piped it. So I was more concerned about up here. As you see, the dripping already stopped here because it expanded. Once it expands, it'll seal. Back there, maybe the same will happen, but this is beautiful right here. This is working exactly how I wanted it to. I did Loctite everything. I did put these down versus up. You know, this sits high enough that it shouldn't grab anything. All the others, these are completely shielded by these. So that's fine. Normally, rule of thumb is you want these to face upwards, but this car has enough clearance that I'm not too concerned about grabbing anything with this. So I call it a success. I'm going to switch over to the eSIM, and I think we're going to rock with this for right now. We'll see back here what I end up doing or coming up with. Already I could feel the pulse has got a little less back here. So once this expands, maybe it'll conform, tighten up, and maybe a little more. I really can't clamp those down anymore. What I noticed though, it wasn't really grabbing that hard. I don't like that. This already stopped dripping back here though, so pretty good. Pretty good with that. I can live with that. It doesn't sound too bad. Let me go give it a few little burps. This car doesn't really let you burp the throttle too much, which is annoying, but it is what it is. I guess they don't want people destroying their cars when they're cold. So let me go upstairs, see what we got, and I'll switch the ESIM out, and then we'll roll this baby out of here. All right, guys. All right, so for that muffler, now that it's in, everything sounds great. The rumble sounds good. Gunned it a few times, sounds good. I don't hear that infamous, disgusting sound of when you have an exhaust leak. What I could do back there, because that pipe is a little long, I didn't want to cut them. Had I cut them, maybe they would be a little better, but remember, they're 2.75 inside diameter, so they're made to slip over the pipe. So being that they're a little longer like that, they probably wouldn't anyway seal. So what I'm trying to say is it's a little bigger than the actual pipe, and actually a bit bigger, believe it or not. It's not 3-inch, but it is bigger than 2.75. But what I'm thinking I could do, again, more money in clamps, but still, this is way cheaper than a catback, would be 2 more clamps. But I would get the old school horseshoe kind. To get stainless steel horseshoe kind, or saddle clamps. Get the old school. They make them in stainless now, stainless steel. Get those in stainless. They're a little bit more. They'd probably be, I think, maybe $10. It'd be under $20 to get 2 more clamps. Put them in the back, a little further back. That'll give it a little bit more strength, and it'll deform it slightly, but it still will be able to be taken apart if you needed to. And that's it. But right now, she's serviceable again. I could drive the car, enjoy it, and finally test drive it after I put those bushings in. And that's what we're going to do. But she looks nice. I love her. I like her little stripes. I like how everything else came out. I want to repaint these calipers at some point. I got the Brembo, put the Brembo decals back on, so it looks much nicer. Again, we'll get around to that. My buddy did have a machine to cut them for me. He did give me 2. But they're way too big. They need to be smaller, the ones that I actually need. So that's about that. So we'll get that done, but this car should be out of here today. As you can see, my breath, good old New York. We'll throw the wheel on. We'll be able to drop her down, get her out. And that's that. She should be good to go. I'm very glad to have this whole entire thing finally done. It was ridiculous to have to get all these clamps and all these little things that got thrown at me, but but again, remember, you guys watch this on YouTube. If I ever get this video edited and posted, at most, once I cut some stuff out of my rambling, it'll probably be 10 minutes, 15-minute video, whatever, but that took 3 weeks to get this. This damn thing was up for almost 3 weeks, 2 weeks. It was definitely up 2 weeks on a damn jack stands, and I couldn't use the damn thing. That's just how it is, When you car guys, you know how it is. We work on these things. We get thrown for curveballs. We need parts. We need this. We need that. We gotta wait, try to get this done, try to get that done, and then my dumb ass with all the projects I got laying around and trying to get around to them, So, but this is serviceable and doable now. Of course, there's always little things you want to still get done. I want to get under there. I want to, rust convert the chassis, spray it, use some chassis saver and all those parts back there before she starts disappearing on me. This thing needs, believe it or not, as good as this car is, in pretty much mint condition, heater core, good old Fox body stuff. Charge the AC up, convert it. I got the old conversion kit over there from Archwell to 134. Couple of little things, a squirter for the windshield, and I got the cap for the door, the little door plug for the armrest. One was missing, and I got the cap for the seatbelt. And I think that's about it for this, but I got to do a little bit of searching. I believe this thing needs, I think she's losing fuel pressure. Either the little infamous S-hose in the tank has a hole in it or split or rotted. I think it might be original in it. I don't know. But I got to check fuel pressure on this car. I think she's losing fuel pressure from when I drove her home, even though she drove fine. When I couldn't do a burnout. I tried to do a little burnout with it, and all I got was a backfire. It felt like a lean backfire, so like she was losing fuel. So we'll see. And also, she takes a little too long when she starts. She cranks a little too long before she starts. She should fire right up, even with her sitting like this, because I keep running fresh gas through this car, even though I haven't driven it. I want to get this thing back on the road. Right now she's a garage queen, and I don't like it. Plus, look how dusty the damn thing is. So, among that, I want to get the 3rd gen out there, the Camaro. That car runs. I want to get that on the road driving, but that thing needs extensive body work, and hopefully I can video all that and get that done. Needs floor pans, needs some T-top rust repair, all that good stuff, all that good 3rd gen stuff. Yes, I know they're rivals. This the third gen and the Fox bodies, but it's okay. I love them all, so that's why they're here. I don't I don't have loyalties to too many brands, but I do like the domestic versus a lot of import stuff. So even though I do have a BMW, that is import, but it's a different type of import. But anyways, okay, so let me get going. Swap this eSIM out. There's really not much in there. Like I said, it's a really video. It sits behind the rear wheel well here. You would normally take this wheel off. Then you go take this panel out, and it's behind the panel here. It's sitting right up here, but since the truck is up in the air like this, I can reach up here and do it from underneath without having to get all that stuff out. So gonna go under there. Then there's a little tab. You hit the tab and twist it, and it comes right out. It's like nothing. There's nothing to it. All right, so I'm gonna bang that out, get that done. Throw the wheel on. I should be able to back her out. All right, and then we'll start with whatever the hell else next I'm gonna do. All right, guys. Take care.